Hello, Aquarius gang. What's up? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. That's me. We are going to read your tarot cards here today. Please come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind. Do keep in mind these are general messages, so not everything I say will resonate with every single Aquarius out there. Take away only what resonates. I want these messages to motivate, empower, inspire you. If you're not feeling that way, please feel free to click off and try back another week. And also these messages may resonate for you in the future, so again, highly recommend you be open to that as well. You are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. Let's do it. We're going to start here. Just early heads up, we're going to talk about love and relationships first, and then we're going to transition into things regarding more like career, job, money type stuff. Let's see. Page of Wands is my curious page. Pages are frequently children or students trying to study or understand something. Something has piqued his curiosity. I think you're considering doing something risky. I actually do like this though, because whatever it is, usually the Seven of Swords can be kind of ruthless sometimes, right? You know, sometimes we call it the liar, cheater, thief card. It isn't always, right? But frequently for me, I always say, most important to remember here is that the words don't always line up with the actions. Somebody says something but does something else, or somebody says they're going to do something but on the inside they're thinking, you know, the opposite. You know, there's a bit of mystery going on with the Seven of Swords. But what's interesting is I almost feel like he or she, right, is actually taking into consideration the feelings of others. All right, well, if I act this way, if I do this thing, if I say this thing, is it going to affect person A or person B in a way that isn't necessarily great? I actually do see this person as not wanting to cause waves in a relationship or trying to tiptoe around hurting someone's feelings. And especially if it's being shown with the Page of Wands, I almost think this is like a vision or an idea or a dream. It's like, I really want to be the rebel and do this thing, you know, very Aquarian stereotype, I know. But it's like this person envisions what it could be like if they were able to, I don't know if the word sneak away is right, but sneak away and do this thing or try this thing out without anyone knowing. But if someone were to find out, would they be upset? And I'll be honest, you know, maybe some of you if you are in a relationship or committed, you've had sort of this other offer that maybe at one point in time you were like, oh my gosh, I could never do that. But then you're like, oh, but I do kind of like them. So like, it's almost like you're thinking about the impacts of what any sort of decision or action will lead to. And I don't know if this is good or bad. I don't even know if we can say that. So, you know, sometimes decisions in life are very complicated. It's not always black and white. There's probably something exciting about this at minimum, Page of Wands. Something that you view as worth it or redeeming, but I think there's like a counterbalance of who would suffer or what would you have to sacrifice in order to do this. Some of you may need to go away for a job and you're worried about leaving the people behind. And I think some of you are wondering, am I being selfish? Like I want this job and, you know, it's going to provide for my family, but telling them that I have to move to this city without them, well, that's going to cause some strife. Let me get you a little bit more. Bottom of the deck here is Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, huge assessments, any seven. Assessing what's going on, assessing our ideas, our thoughts, our money situation, I don't know, things with our body, our family, our finances, our tangible material goods. That's kind of Pentacles. Yeah, I almost get the idea that like you hear the calling elsewhere. You feel like you're potentially being pulled in another direction. But the thing is, I want to be clear, it's almost like you desire going in that direction. Tell me a little bit more. What is he leaving behind him? The Seven of Wands. Interesting. This one. She always looks like just batshit crazy to me, right? Look at those eyes. She's like, what? Yeah, some of you may be staying in a relationship or with a partner who they really struggle with change or transition. So understandably, this might be something you want to do. And it doesn't have to be anything negative. Again, this could just be like a deep secret of, I've always wanted to do this, but I've never been able to express it without my person acting like a lunatic. Or, you know, without my person having this very explosive or irrational reaction to something that's really important to me. So if any of that is making sense, I think first and foremost, I'm wanting you to ask yourself, well, is this the right person for you? You know, in theory, the most ideal relationships, which sometimes don't exist, but in theory, if you're with someone who loves you and respects you, generally speaking, you should be able to share just about everything with them. But I also feel like this is the type of energy where this person expects and demands everything from you. So it's a little bit tricky. It's a little bit uncomfortable. This person may be emotionally manipulative or, I don't know, verbally abusive or something like that. Hopefully not physically, right? Because I couldn't advocate staying in that situation in any case. But yeah, I don't know. That card always gives me really weird vibes. I don't love that card. For some of you, this could be your child trying to choose a college or a job or something that, again, I think it would put them at a distance from you. And if you are very protective or controlling in ways that you may not even realize. I know that's a challenging message to hear, but just sit with that for a moment, right? It's uncomfortable to hear that. But if you are very protective of your child, you want what's best for them, right? But maybe that Saturnian energy is kicking in where you're giving them imposed limitations. And so they want to go off and explore this thing, but every time they try and have a conversation with you, you're just like, no, you could never leave me. What about your family? And how could you disrespect us? Like there could be a lot of baggage with a family dynamic here if it isn't romantic. Either way, I think this, again, no one here is good or bad or evil or mean or whatever. It just simply is. The way these characters are interacting, this person is having to suppress something they want to do for fear of what this person will say or think or judge or how they're going to react. That doesn't seem healthy to me. So, you know, my gut reaction to this is this person needs to express it out in the open. It can't be hidden in this dark layer or the subconscious or this shadowy, I'm going to do it and not tell anyone. I don't know. Typically the Seven of Swords is like, you're headed towards the Eight of Swords, right? Which is like, ooh, you're really going to paint yourself into a corner if you continue to do this. So healthy expressions of ideas, possibilities, imagination, curiosity, venturing off into the unknown, it does take risks. And maybe for this person who's very youthful in spirit, even if they're a full-fledged adult, there's something very innocent and childlike about them. Again, they're curious. They view the world with wonderment. That's such a beautiful quality to have, as long as it's tempered with responsibility, right? If we're an adult, whatever that even means. But I feel like this person, you know, the wands, the fire, their energy, their fire, their passion for life is being suppressed by this person for, I am going to say, possibly some selfish reasons. Even if they have good intentions, I think this person is not consciously aware of the negative impact they're having on this person by making them feel guilty or shameful for desiring certain things. And this could even be someone who wants to mix it up in the bedroom and do something new. And this person, you know, maybe this person deep down has body issues, right? And they're not ready to do that, you know, creative thing because of their own insecurities, right? I do want to say with this, it's not coming from a good place, even though this person may think it is. This person needs to do a little bit more deeper digging or soul searching into why they have such a strong reaction for someone who's just simply trying to express what they want and what they need in a relationship or in their own life. This person feels like they have to hide it. Very interesting. The Seven of Swords, I actually don't dislike it because, again, I think the reason why this person is not moving forward with whatever this thing is because they understand the ramifications or the reaction or do you understand what I mean? It's going to hurt either them or someone else, but it's lose-lose because if they don't follow their dream, they're going to feel like this. If they do follow their dream or whatever, it doesn't have to be a long-term dream, but whatever this is that they're hiding or desiring, if they move forward with it, then this person's going to be feeling some type of way. So again, not the healthiest connection in terms of what I'm seeing in the cards. Let's switch decks. Let's do animal cards. I heard the word alarming. Something you may have tried to, I don't know who you are, pick your person, right? This person has definitely attempted to have conversations about this before, but they get shut down immediately. It's like sound the alarms, like you mentioned that one word and it's like a trigger. And again, it might be a trigger for this person because it stems from something else going on in their life and they're almost projecting it onto this person. I don't know, guys. What's ironic is that this, and I'm not trying to beat up this person, this is the energy I'm getting. In a way, this person is very hypocritical. And I say that because whatever this person is dreaming of or striving to become, this person at one point in time already was that rebel or that sleuth or that, you know what I mean? That kind of that secretive energy, or I'm almost getting like a bad boy, like again, like a bad boy, bad girl, rebellious, anti-authority, whatever this is. Something about that they hold in very high regard. They see that as a positive attribute, and it may have come from the preachings of this person, and yet when they try to do that, this person freaks out. Like when they try and be that best version or this cool vision of what themselves, this person shits all over it. And part of me is wondering, is it jealousy too? And then again, I want to reinforce, this could be a parent-child dynamic, in which case, like again, you really have to be aware of your parenting skills here. Are you subconsciously, unconsciously, jealous of the life that your child is going off to lead because you always wanted that, but it didn't happen for you? Or do you understand what and this could be happening with, again, if you're a full-fledged adult with a child, this could be your own mother or your own father, right? I am getting a very strong like parent-child vibe, however that may resonate for you. If not, I'm trying to see it in terms of like dating and romance. And I mean, some of you already know what this is. If that's there for you, cool. I just, as the reader, I want to understand if this isn't family. I guess sort of that exploration of doing something different, changing something up in the relationship. This person isn't comfortable with it. So rather than expressing their insecurity surrounding it, they're just like, no. You know, they're being very defensive. Like, we don't talk about that. That's off limits. We don't do that. And this person, I don't know, my heart kind of goes out to this person. I hope I'm picking up on the right vibes. I feel like at their core, this person is rather sensitive, for sure, artistic, right? But empathic. This person doesn't have that will or that drive to willingly hurt someone. They do think about action and consequences. If I choose this, how will it affect people around me? But also, when does that become... I'm hearing disarming, disabling of what this person is meant to do in this life, right? Overly catering to others, people pleasing, right? Even whether this is a child or a full-fledged adult, that has to be tempered with, it's almost like overly done in Venus energy, like the scales, the balance, the two, versus where's the Mars? Where's the passion? Where's the energy? Where's the I in the sentence? What does this person need? Because they seem to be, again, overly catering to the needs of this person who, I'm just going to say, I think this person is wrong. I'm not saying always, but in this particular scenario, they're acting out of like they have a strong Mars here. They're acting out of a more selfish way, and it's just not doing the situation any good. Fire ants, anger, irritation. It's like you scratch at it and it's terribly uncomfortable. And this is so perfect. The gazelle, right? It's swift, it's fast. It's like you hit a sore spot, you hit the trigger, and then it takes off like a rocket. Because either it doesn't want to address it, or it goes down this rabbit hole, or this, I'm getting like Pluto Mars energy. So possibly dealing with an Aries or a Scorpio. It doesn't have to be, but whoever or whatever this is, this person goes from like 2 to 10 in a second in terms of anger or resentment or jumping to conclusions before we've even fully fleshed out what this idea is or what this conversation is. Yeah, this person needs to take flight. Absolutely. This person needs to be bold. This person needs to be confident. This person needs to soar. This person needs to live their own life and not constantly be checking back to be like, are you okay? Can I do this? In any relationship, equality is important. Asking for permission to do something that you feel passionate about is not a necessity, right? You know, if this person loves and supports you and you're not putting them in danger, and I don't think they are, this person has no reason to shoot down their dreams. It's stunting the relationship. I would even say if this is a, dating or marriage, there is still a parent-child dynamic to how you guys interact, even if you're the exact same age. Do you understand that? I think this person looks at this one and goes, oh, you're immature, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, 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 blah. But I wish they could take sort of that judgment or that analysis and sort of turn it back on themselves and be like, okay, maybe I need to be more self-aware. How are my actions impacting this person? Because this person is absolutely thinking about, if I do this, what will happen? This person is just like, no, we're doing it this way. Absolutely not. We're not going to talk about that. You can't do that. I don't want to do that. It's exhausting. I don't like it. I do think the eagle is also very much associated with both Aquarius and Scorpio. So double down if you guys are dealing with another Aquarius or a Scorpio. And part of that makes sense, right? The fixed energy sometimes, and I'm not saying all the time, but with fixed signs, there can be an uneasiness when it comes to changing it up or mixing it up or doing something, you know, against what this person views as the right decision, but that doesn't mean that they're always right. I think that's important. All right. Let's try this. Let's see what happens. We'll throw a romance angel on it. I'm kind of curious about this. We're going to talk about this in a second. I just want to know more about what this is. Because, I guess it could be a lot of different things. I don't know. I'm curious. I just want to know a couple more things. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. I think this came out specifically next to this guy of the idea of like lusting after something or romancing the idea of it. You're always going to put it on a pedestal until you go and discover what it is, because you know what? This person could go and be that person, do that thing, and then realize, you know what? It's not what I thought it was. But at least they know now. The page always needs to be learning. It needs to be curious. So the minute someone says, don't worry about it, lock the door, block door, you can't explore that, you can't discover it, well, this person's going to be tremendously unhappy. And I think they already are, but I think they hide it very well. True love. I don't know if this is the romance of a lifetime. What do you think? Maybe at one point in time it was, but right now the energies are not reading that way to me. I think this true love is if this person actually goes to discover what they're wanting to, but feel like they can't because they're being crippled or talked out of it, they're never going to find this true love. And maybe true love is a passion project. Maybe it's a dream job. Maybe it's, I know you were reading for people too, but I would even say it's possible that this person has almost been like mentally abused in a relationship where they've never really had the chance to have a mind of their own. And so when they distance themselves from this person, they suddenly realize, oh my God, there's a whole world out there and there's people who actually would treat me well. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? I think that's very much tied to the Page of Wands in terms of discovery, curiosity, what's outside the normal parameters. And that is such a really beautiful Aquarian message, right? That Saturn energy, it is about limits, but for Capricorn, it's like, let's contain it. It's the law. It's constriction, like stay in the circle, right? I'm just trying to show you the circle. For Aquarius, you guys are also ruled by Saturn, your ancient ruler, but it's just the opposite. It's like, yeah, these are the limits. These are the restrictions. I'm going to be outside the circle, right? So that's sort of the difference in the Saturnian rule of Capricorn and Aquarius. And that's what I think this is. This person's stuck in the circle and they need to get out. They're stuck in a cycle. They're stuck in a rut. They're stuck in possibly a loveless relationship or a loveless marriage. Or again, if it's a family dynamic, it's like there's the circle, you guys. For real. Are you kidding me? Like, look at the imagery there. Even on the romance angels, like the circle, right? This person doesn't know any better because they've never been able to explore or discover that. I just think in time, this is going to end up being a whole new lease on life from this person. And this, I don't know. I don't mean to hate this person, but their energy is rough. It's selfish, or it's immature, or it's fear-based. I think that's very important. Giving into the fear of, if I let this person go, what if they never come back? Well, then they were never meant to. Both these people need to have faith in the other person that they will make the right decisions for themselves. And, by default, that's going to work out for the other person if this relationship is meant to be, right? If it's written in the stars and these people are going to end up together. I don't know how I feel about that, but never say never, right? I'm not here to crush anyone's dreams. The main message here is this person needs to fly. This person needs to soar and go after that thing that they've always wanted to go after, but they've been hiding. And Aquarius, if you've made it this far and you're like, this isn't my story, I don't get it, I'm just waiting for the money, I would really encourage you to think, oh, is this my child? Is this my husband? Is that how they've been feeling? And they've just never told me? Well, now you know. So you have the chance to heal this relationship, to mend it, to bridge the gap, and to not come at them with this aggression, but rather with like, I don't know. Oh my gosh, I love you so much and I'm sorry you don't think I support your dreams. I do, but it scares me, right? You need to be very vulnerable. That can be hard sometimes. All right, and last but not least, this one flew out. Flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to other. Well, the Page of Wands is a very big flirt. And I don't know why I'm being called to say this. Maybe because it is depicted more as a child, but there's something like flirt with life. Yes, people, of course, but like flirt with that idea, with that, whatever, that school you want to attend, that job you want to try. It's like, go out and put your good energy out there and see what bites back, because, and I mean that in a good way, see what is magnetized back, if you will, because right now, this energy kind of needs to be either healed in a very mature, authentic, vulnerable, like openly conversing vulnerably, or it just kind of needs to be, again, sort of put in that circle of, okay, I need to separate my energy from you because you're not doing me any favors right now. All right. That's what I got for romance, guys. Let's talk about your money. Money, career. We'll see what comes up. They're always kind of tricky to do. I don't mind trying, but I know people are just going to be like, what do my finances look like? And the tarot cards don't always tell me that. We'll see. We'll see what I can get. I'll set the intention for messages of clarity for job, money, careers, anything work-related for Aquarius. Well, I see the Emperor. Ooh, I see the Emperor, the Queen of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. That looks good. Passion project. I feel like there's a leader or an authority figure who really respects you and may speak to you about a promotion or passing on something to you. I don't know if someone in your office is looking to retire, especially someone who's been there quite a while, someone who's established like a legacy. They may be looking to you to sort of step up and fill their shoes in the future. That's the first thing I got from that. All right, for Aquarius, one more shuffle, we'll do it. Money, career, finances, job, work, schedules, anything that wants to come up in that arena, please, Spirit. What can I share with Aquarius? What can I share? Some of you are going to be work from home moms or stay at home moms. I don't know why I heard that, but I did. All right, let's see. A reunion with the past that you are not wanting to recognize, or it could just be self-doubt. Someone from the past could reach out to you for some sort of collaboration or to, recruit you. I don't know if it's their business or their project or their company, and it's either self-doubt of, oh my gosh, I don't think I can do it, or you're defensive because there's something about the situation, the job, the person that is making you sort of keep them at arm's length. You're not wanting to just like rush in. Thing is, I really love these cards. I don't know if I don't dislike that. I mean, it's Moon in Libra. So Moon, our emotions, we need to come to some sort of, Libra-esque vibe, right? Balance, not rushing into anything, not avoiding anything. In a lower vibe, Libras can be tremendously indecisive. So it's okay to take a break and think about it, right? If it's a big, important decision regarding your money, your career, absolutely. Take a minute, digest it, think about it, meditate on it. But at what point does it become delaying in a negative way? There's a good word for that. I feel like you guys are saying it to me right now. At what point does it become not enabling, but avoidance, that kind of thing? Because I don't want to make a decision, so I'm just not going to make a decision at all. Well, that's in itself is not making a decision, or is making a decision by not making one. May I have a little bit more on this, please? It's so funny. I looked at this, I was like, oh, is this like a lover's triangle or someone from the past who you used to date or were romantic with? For some of you, that's what it is. And you're like, oh God, that could be, I don't want to muddy the waters and work with my ex. Follow your intuition on that. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is tremendously intuitive. She's very creative. She can be, again, kind of, where's my crazy lady? And it doesn't have to be a lady. It could be any gender, but Queen of Cups can sometimes be a little bit this, right? Emotionally manipulative. Not all the time, but in a high vibration, though, she's almost like sort of the psychic, the empath, the intuitive, establishes very good boundaries with who she shares her love with, her heart, her dreams, her goals. She knows that certain people aren't worthy of knowing and sharing that, so that's when she closes her cup off. So again, in a lower vibe, it can be closing off emotionally in an unhealthy way. But other times it's just, this person knows how to love from a very healthy place because boundaries are good. It sort of gives us space to understand our own needs and desires, and it sort of informs other people on our own needs and desires and where they fit in our life and where it's like, oh, no, that's my personal space or whatever. Let's see. I want to go through this one more time. So this may involve a Leo or a Gemini or an Aries. A Cancer. Some of you are avoiding something with the father of your child. I don't know if it has to do with like alimony or money that's owed to you. It could be something going on in court. I'm hearing think of the needs of the child. Put yourself in the child's shoes. Make sure that they're not feeling neglect. And I mean, you guys are probably kicking ass there. I'm not assuming that this child is going unnoticed, but it is in reverse, so it might be trying to call your attention to like something with the child is going to pan out. It could also be establishing greater structure for your child. If your child is sort of just loosey-goosey and all over the place, if they're maturing, it might be that you need to set the example of establishing, like, I don't know if it's boundaries or it's not boundaries so much. It's like a solid foundation, like a routine or something that they can start to build on and grow. Maybe you're teaching your child about their own bank account or their finances, something like that. There could be a Pisces from your past who you have trust issues with that's wanting to collaborate with you. There could be a Cancer who's wanting to bring you on board or recruit you. It could also be a cuspy Cancer, Leo cusper. Some of you, there would be like long distance travel involved, but you seem very settled where you are, so it seems like you may be questioning this because you just simply don't want to travel. Like you're anchored where you are and you're pretty happy. So, but I feel like someone is almost in a positive way trying to coerce is not the right word because that sounds negative, but this person's trying to lull you into submission. But I don't know why. I actually don't get a good, I get a good vibe from this. I think it would make you very happy. Again, it just might be one of those, well, I'm good where I'm at. And this person's like, no, that's fine. But like this opportunity is so good. Like, I just want to make sure you understand. Like, I feel like you may reject or decline a work offer. And again, it may or may not involve travel. It could also involve a house situation. The anchor is very much tied to Cancer and our roots and our past and homes and real estate and land, just so some of you know. I just feel like this person may come back with a counter offer because they really want you. It's almost like because you would be a great anchor to the team. You would be like this very, again, something to do with structure. There's like this weighted, we can build this thing on, I don't want to say on the shoulders of Aquarius, but there's something about the solidarity, the foundation, I don't know, you're very reliable, you're very responsible, so this person knows that you could handle the work, and not only that, I think you would handle the people very well. I have to be honest, I see this as a strong opportunity, whatever this is. And it might not be from the whole, like, ex from your past. That was a very specific message, obviously not for all of you. Some of you, it comes to you via a best friend, especially a Leo, so your polar opposite there, Leo Aquarius. Yeah, like a Leo who's like, come join us, you would be so good, it would be such a good fit. It may be involved in something very Cancerian by nature. It could be something that is more nurturing or intuitive or creative, or again, something to do with ancestry or something to do with history, archivists, legacies, I don't know, what do you call it? Preservation. The idea of kind of preserving the past or doing something, again, family oriented or nursing, teacher, mommy, daddy, kind of, you know what I mean? Like that kind of nurturing womb of Cancerian energy. It might be a career field that has something to do with any of the things I just mentioned. If not, then I think the anchor just stands for the idea that you would be like a really solid contributor to this team. I really see someone trying to recruit you here, but I think it's someone you know. And if not, the message still stands, but so then, yeah, when these cards come out together, I don't know, usually it does have to do with the idea of an ex, or someone who you have bad blood with. It could even be a sibling. Sometimes the Six of Cups can be a sibling. It could be, again, a Scorpio, a Gemini. The fish in reverse, my gut reaction was something with a Pisces who you're blocking or a Pisces you don't want to talk to. I'm not sure what this has to do with your job, career, but maybe it has to do with your money. Maybe it has to do with, split assets or splitting finances. It could be like joint custody of the child, right? Something like that. I'm just trying to get a pulse of what is the message, though. Why is this coming up here? Swimming upstream. You might be making something more difficult than it needs to be. This person may have trouble establishing boundaries, and so you might need to remind them of such. Like even if you've established like the rules of how this relationship is going to moving forward, you may still feel like you're having to remind this person constantly, like, nope, we agreed we weren't going to do that. And so I think the universe is confirming, yes, you're right. At some point you just need to disengage or disregard, because if you've told this person 1,000 times and they're not getting it, it's not your responsibility to tell them for the 101th time. You know what I mean? Practice, if you love this person or respect them or have joint custody or have to work with them, even if it's a coworker, I wouldn't burn the bridge. I wouldn't give them attitude. I would just simply, you know what to do, Aquarius, right? Queen of Cups. Be chill about it. Don't let this person get under your skin. Yeah, you have the 10 of Cups and the Knight of Cups coming. I can't help but think for some of you, there's a relationship on the horizon here. These are tremendous. I just keep picking up the deck. There's the Pisces card. There's the 10 of Pentacles. Like, are you seeing these cards? These are like all my favorite tarot cards. You have some heavy hitters too. Again, Cancerian and Sagittarius energy, Pisces energy, apprenticeship, becoming the master of your craft, some sort of lucrative offer that would make you happy, but also give you a sense of freedom. And I'm sort of hearing like emotional freedom. I don't know what that means, but it might involve travel. Sometimes cups we can think of as like, if money is a currency, what fills your cup, what fills your bank account, possibly something you would have to travel to get to. Or it may be, again, it could involve the travel industry or something kind of creative, romantic. He's my hopeless romantic. So he's intuitive. He's into poetry and writing and painting and all that kind of things that make his heart swell. You do have a lot of Pisces energy here. And again, it could have been that you were married to one and you're sort of trying to make a peace offering just so you can sort of get along and then move forward in your life. And the 10 of Pentacles, I like that. There's a big offer coming to you down the road. I would say that's probably at least a few months away. Give me one more on this. Some of you may work in ecology or conservationism. I don't know what that is. What word? Conservation biology. I don't know, something to do with restoring healthy water filtration systems or I don't know, like environmentalist type stuff, like cleaning up the lake, cleaning up the whatever, looking out for the best interest of the animals. And again, that may be a collaboration from your past, and it's not necessarily a negative one. That's just simply coming up. Or it could indicate a difficult choice, again, of needing to leave home, your roots, where you're comfortable, to go after this thing where some of you may literally work on the water. Again, there's a lot of Cancerian Pisces energy here, so I can't help but think for some of you, this literally has to do with like the ocean or lakes or, fill in the blank, something on boats, for instance. Some of you may get involved with someone who's in the military that travels quite a bit, and again, there may be a transition for you of getting comfortable sort of with that movement. Yeah, Dominion, the home. Something to do with moving up from the home or working in land and property. It's an important decision, so maybe it's a decision that you shouldn't rush, but it's also one that you shouldn't avoid. Give yourself sort of a goal or a date that, circle it on your calendar. I'm going to give myself 3 weeks to think about this. And whatever you have to do, make the pros and cons list, talk about it with people you trust. And then at this date, you got to move forward with it. Because really, there are no mistakes. As long as you trust your gut, as long as you trust your intuition. I lost my Queen of Cups. But you already know the right answer. So I hope this only confirms things that you're already thinking and feeling. And last but not least. Some of you have issues with your own father that the universe is simply pointing out. It's impacting you in more areas of your life than you think. There could be some deep-seated resentment or, again, that in theory that makes sense to me, right? If you're Aquarius and your opposite is Leo, the sun, typically the sun in our birth charts represents our father. So by default, if Leo opposes you, there's an element of opposition with a father figure. It could be a pattern that is repeating itself in your life via the people you interact with at work. Like you may have a boss that really mirrors or reflects struggles that are occurring with your father. It could even be in best friends or people you date. There is something about going back to the past and digging things up and being able to examine them, almost like archaeology, but in a more metaphoric way. Some of you are solving issues between your own child and your husband, or this is a very masculine figure. So this could be you, Aquarius, right? But someone who's kind of domineering and can be quite stubborn or hot-headed, or just really, I am sort of getting the negative traits here, like someone who's a little bit selfish or condescending. I don't know. So you may have felt like, this feels so Aquarian to me. I just want to be free. Freedom is very important. I want to be me. I want to be different. I want to be unique. I don't want to have to conform or apologize for who I am. I just want to be my authentic self. some of you feel like you're not allowed to, or you're in a situation where that's being suppressed. Like, the thing is, I almost see it like it's going to come out anyway, so you may as well just own it. Be who you are. And if people have something to say about it, then they're not your people. And I feel like that might have been a very hard lesson for you to learn. It may have taken months or years or even, time in therapy to sort of really talk through this and understand, oh, that's why I keep meeting these people in life. It's the whole point of this. Whether it was a positive connection or a negative one, it was to get you to realize and see something in yourself about your inner child. Let's get her in reverse, or upright, really, is what I should say. Yeah, the Knight of Wands. Own your passions. Take risks. Be courageous. Express yourself fully. Don't edit yourself for anyone's benefit to make others more comfortable. Tact is good. Politeness is good. But to a certain extent, you just have to do you. So if you're getting in that mental prison of, I don't know what to do or say because I don't know what's appropriate. Remember, you're Aquarius. You do it your way, right? Unapologetically. Just be you. Be you. Your intuition will guide you right. That's what the Queen of Cups says, and she was the bottom of your deck. Knight of Cups is very playful. He's very curious. He's a traveler, right? Very Sagittarian energy. You do have some of that energy coming through. So some of you may even have a lot of placements in Sagittarius, like a moon or a rising or something. Expand your mind. Some of you may end up going back to school. Some of you may end up in advertising or marketing or working with foreign trade, foreigners, foreign language. Those are all like very Sagittarian type topics. The law, legal systems, things of that sort. So anyway, just putting in small confirmations for those of you out there. And what's interesting is, as I keep going, the Knight of Wands turns into the King of Wands. So something that is just starting to like stir, and I'm almost getting the idea of it's bubbling on the surface. It only gets bigger, but I think in a very positive way. The more confident you are, the more courageous, the more brave, the more risks you take. And again, whatever that means to you, because you're accountable and responsible for that, whatever those are, they seem to do a lot of good for you. They seem to be very beneficial. It goes from the knight right to the king. So like you increase in pay, or you get a promotion, or all this knowledge you've studied, you start to implement it, and it does wonderful things for your career, right? I don't have a lot of pentacle cards, so those who are just simply like, but what about my money? I'm not saying you won't have money. I would say I don't see that changing in the next couple weeks. I think wherever you're at, whether you're unemployed or looking or working 2 jobs, or I see that sort of remaining the same until you make that decision to move forward with something. Then I think that's where the money starts to come in, or starts to be impacted, I will say. All right, Aquarius, thanks for joining me today. Please remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel. If you would like to book a personal reading, you can do so on my Etsy page. The link is in the description box, or you can just reach out to me via email. Sometimes that's easier just so I can get a better grasp on what you're looking for, but certainly the decision rests with you. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you soon for more tarot. Bye, Aquarius.